How about Penn State making the plays that they need to make? Yeah, I mean, listen, Penn State. First of all, let's start this game where it started. USC came out making big plays, and now Penn State got the first field goal to go up 3-0, but I think USC, did a great job. USC's running backs, by the way, are really good. Like, it's by far the best part of their team, and if they'll keep feeding Woody Marks, and if they could get more from the ground game, I think this team could be undefeated right now. If they could just be a little bit better up front to get their guys time, because Marks and Joyner, you saw Joyner with the fake reverse making big plays. Dude, Penn State for a little while, they looked like they were in trouble. I mean,
looked overwhelmed.
Yeah, they were down.
The travel was real, and that was going to be a conversation.
But how cool was it to watch them bounce back?
Aller made plays. Multiple fourth downs there late. And then I know the overtime, it got a little iffy. Your buddies with the black and the white stripes.
I mean, first, let me stay positive for a minute, Brent. Don't try to get me. You got to try to get me up. Don't try to get me off my rocker. By the way, how many times, Brent, in the last couple of weeks have I kept mentioning Ty Warren? Like, I have kept mentioning this dude because he's a freak of league, and they put him at quarterback. By the way, he completed one pass for 9 yards. He ran it for 4 yards, and then he had 17 receptions, an NCAA record. It was basically find 44. That's all it was. Like, wheel route, 3 of those. But they use here is the difference between Penn State. Penn State loses that game 1,000% last year.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Penn State loses this football game a year ago, Brent. Like, they absolutely lose this football game without Colton Necky. Colton Necky dials up play after play after play, open receiver. Dude, they ran speed option. They ran power read. They ran shovels. Like, they give you everything they can. They bring 71 in at an H-back. They put their tight end at quarterback. They played 3 quarterbacks on the first drive. Like, they do so much to create. Now, listen, I still don't think they're overly explosive, and I'm shocked that they can't run the football better than they are. I think they lose this game a year ago. They make plays. They can continue to find Warren. Their defense, by the way, they've given up 3 points in the third quarter all year. They make great adjustments. They made enough plays, and then I'm gonna let you talk before I address the overtime.
Well, watching Abdul Carter make plays for them, like, I know one pass rush move that I saw from him. He slow played the tackle,
the ghost rush,
and then did the dip. That was very explosive, and they have playmakers there.
Sutton, Carter, those guys on defense, you can tell are really good. They're well coached. They got beat. They gave up some big plays today, but they rallied. Refs sucked it up in the overtime, man. Like, if you want to give me that both of those weren't PI, I will disagree. But with a good heart, with a joyful heart. By the way, I don't care who wins the game; it has nothing to do with me. But one of those two calls have to be called, and you got to make the kick regardless. But refs, too much of this crap, man. Too much of the deciding games late in the season or late in the game deciding games, and it absolutely drives me nuts.